There's an undeniable fascination with old, forsaken vehicles that captivates our attentions, whether it's a decaying car hidden away in a forest or a colossal machine left to rust in a meadow. The curiosity to unravel their stories is irresistible. Luckily for you, we've done some digging and found the most incredible abandoned vehicles on the planet for your viewing pleasure. So join us in today's video as we explore derelict trains, planes, and remarkable machines that will leave you awestruck. The largest diesel submarine ever owned by the Russian Navy, known as Submarine B-307, has an unusual resting place on dry land in Togliatti, where it's been for over a decade. While submarines are typically associated with being underwater, this colossal vessel began its military service in 1980 and spent much of its time in the Mediterranean and the Barents Sea. In 2001, it was retired from the Northern Fleet and found its way to Togliatti, just 3 miles from the sea. Getting it there required the effort of 9 military tractors due to its massive size, measuring 300 feet in length and weighing 2,000 tons. Today it serves as a permanent exhibit, drawing visitors and offering guided tours since 2016. Although it's an unusual sight to see a submarine on grassland, it's become an intriguing attraction in the region, preserving a piece of naval history for years to come. In the 1950s, General Motors, a major player in vehicle manufacturing, briefly ventured into the realm of trains with the GM Aerotrain. This innovative concept stemmed from GM's electromotive division, which was primarily sold to train companies. GM contemplated the idea of building entire trains themselves, potentially bypassing their customers. Their approach was intriguing: lightweight aluminum bus-bodied trains that could reach speeds of up to 100 miles per hour, pushing technological boundaries at the time. However, this plan had its flaws. The trains, though fast, struggled to tackle steep hills, and passenger comfort was sacrificed. They rode the rails with unsettling rattles, displeasing the public. Ultimately, GM faced the realities of these practical limitations, and both prototypes were shelved within a year of their 1956 launch. Today, they stand as museum artifacts, showcasing an ambitious but short-lived chapter in transportation history. The 1941 Packard 8-door is a truly peculiar vehicle, resembling a fusion between a bus and a limousine. It sports a distinctive curved chassis and sunken rear windows, measuring a staggering 22 feet in length. This classic car featured a removable soft-top canvas roof and a 3-speed manual transmission, coupled with its 356 CID flathead 8 engine. While it wasn't known for speed, which was typical for cars of its size, it had an exceptional capacity, accommodating up to 12 passengers with 3 passengers in each row. Originally, this oddity found its calling as a tour bus, shuttling visitors around Yellowstone National Park and other popular destinations. Remarkably, one of these Packard 90s has been meticulously restored and still operates in western Yellowstone. Yet, not all Packard 90s met the same destiny. One particular 8-door model was forsaken, left to the whims of nature, ultimately succumbing to corrosion. Strangely, in 2015, this intriguing vehicle seemed to pique someone's curiosity as it was put up for auction at Sotheby's, and despite its dismal state, it commanded an impressive price of $55,000, highlighting the enduring allure of unique automotive relics. During the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a relentless competition for technological and military dominance. As part of this rivalry, both superpowers delved into experimental jet-powered high-speed trains. In the mid-1960s, American railroad engineer Don Wetzel created the first of these remarkable vehicles. Their aim extended beyond surpassing each other. They sought to develop a faster, safer, and more cost-effective train compared to existing options. One notable creation was the M497 train, aptly nicknamed the Black Beetle. Equipped with 2 formidable 5,000 horsepower engines, it achieved the remarkable speed record of 183 miles per hour, retaining its status as the fastest locomotive in the US to this day. The Soviets also ventured into jet-powered trains during the 1970s. While not as swift as the Black Beetle, their creation could swiftly reach speeds of up to 160 miles per hour. Unfortunately, due to its high fuel consumption, it remained in the prototype stage, with only 2 locomotives ever produced, a poignant symbol of the era's intense rivalry. One of these forgotten Soviet locomotives was rediscovered in 2016, serving as a stark reminder at a time when 2 nations teetered on the brink of nuclear conflict. In the 1940s, a rather unassuming-looking aircraft went by various names. The Horton Ho 229, HIX, or sometimes even the Gothka Go 229, with or without the Horton designation. This aircraft was Adolf Hitler's ambitious venture into creating a stealth fighter during World War II, and it happens to be the sole survivor of its kind today. The jet-powered plane was designed to evade enemy radar, carry a substantial payload of over 2,000 pounds of bombs, and achieve speeds exceeding 600 miles per hour. While some aspects of its design might have been considered flimsy, it's plausible that the aircraft could have met its intended objectives. However, it arrived too late in the war, with Germany running low on both time and resources. The final prototype was approved just as the war was coming to an end, and Allied forces discovered it in Germany in April 1945. Today, only one of these captured prototype frames remains, currently undergoing restoration to determine if it would have been capable of fulfilling its originally envisioned mission. The 1940s and 1950s marked an era of daring experimentation in car design, a far cry from the uniform designs we see today. One fascinating product of this creative period was the 1958 Hinkle Cabin Cruiser, a quirky bubble car that could easily be mistaken for something out of the Jetsons animated series. Surprisingly, it was once a common sight on the roads, although very few of these peculiar vehicles survive today. In 2014, a remarkable discovery was made in England when one of these cars, which had been locked away in a garage since 1971, surfaced. Astonishingly, it was still fully functional and unaltered since its original purchase. This odd relic of automotive history, though unusual, deserved a better fate than 4 decades of isolation from the world. The SS Tinselgorm, originally a British armed merchant naval ship, had a brief existence in its role, lasting just over 1 year after its launch in Sunderland, England in 1940. Tragically, it met its demise in 1941 when German bombers sank it in the Red Sea while it was transporting ammunition and armored vehicles. Today, it is renowned as a popular diving site, but its discovery was a significant achievement. The credit goes to the legendary French explorer Jacques Cousteau, who, in the 1950s, identified the wreck's location with the help of local fishermen. Cousteau managed to salvage the ship's bell, a motorcycle, and the captain's safe from the vessel's interior. However, the SS Thistlegorm's existence faded from memory until Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt became a tourist hotspot. Tour companies along its shores started offering guided tours of the wreck to amateur scuba divers. Regrettably, these frequent visits are taking a toll on the remaining fragment of the Thistlegorm, hastening its deterioration over time. The exotic round door Rolls-Royce was a truly unique concept practically unheard of. Ownership of such a vehicle would naturally come with a commitment to its preservation. However, this particular automobile is one of a kind, built on the chassis of a 1925 Phantom. Its futuristic cabriolet body was custom-made for a Mrs. Hugh Dillman from Detroit, Michigan, USA, though the existence of such a person is debated. Instead of reaching its intended owner, the car embarked on a journey from Britain to India and then to Belgium in 1934, where it fell into the hands of the Junkcheer Body Company. This company gave the vehicle its eye-catching bodywork, which it still flaunts today. Unfortunately, by the 1950s, it had ended up in a New Jersey scrapyard, painted gold, with forged documents falsely claiming it as King Edward VIII of England's personal car. It was meticulously saved from the crusher and eventually made its way to Japan in 1991, where a private collector kept it hidden from the world for a decade. Finally, in 2001, the Peterson Museum in Los Angeles acquired it and put it on public display. In 1986, a remarkable vehicle named the American Dream burst into the spotlight, claiming the Guinness World Record for the longest limousine stretching over 100 feet. This extravagant limo boasted a waterbed, swimming pool, jacuzzi, helipad, refrigerator, and even a phone. Weighing a staggering 25,000 pounds, custom car designer Jay Oberg, drawing inspiration from the 1976 Cadillac Eldorado, equipped it with dual 8-cylinder engines and a hinge in the middle for maneuvering corners. The American Dream enjoyed a brief period of fame, making appearances in movies and major events. However, its novelty wore off quickly due to the challenges of parking and handling such a massive vehicle. Neglected and left to rust in storage, it found a savior in Michael Manning, who owns the Autozeum Technical Teaching Museum in Long Island, New York. Despite initial funding setbacks, he eventually sold it to Michael Dezer, a Florida-based tourist attraction owner. With the combined efforts of experts and auto repair students, after 3 years and over $250,000, the limo has been fully restored to its former glory in Orlando. To stay updated with our latest videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. This way, you'll be among the first to be notified when we upload a new video. Thank you for watching.